You're standing at the gate, boarding pass in hand, walking toward your plane. You glance at the nose, the shape of the engines, the curve of the wingtip, and you wonder, what am I flying today? Is it the Airbus A320neo or the Boeing 737 MAX? Both are next-gen, fuel-efficient, single-aisle workhorses of the skies. But behind the similar stats and shiny fuselages are some serious differences that could change how you see your next flight. Today we're putting them head-to-head. 5 categories, 1 winner. Let's fly. 1. Cockpit technology and flight controls. Let's start with the pilot's perspective. The A320neo's cockpit is sleek, futuristic, and focused on ergonomics. Instead of a traditional control yoke, it features side stick controllers, one for each pilot, freeing up space and allowing smoother, more precise control. The displays are large, clean, and consistent with the entire Airbus family. Automation is deeply integrated, designed to reduce pilot workload and enhance safety. Now jump over to the Boeing 737 MAX. Unlike the Airbus, Boeing has stuck with the control yoke, a familiar feel for most US pilots, but less modern in design. While Boeing did upgrade the avionics with larger digital displays and better data integration, the basic flight control philosophy is still rooted in a more manual, hands-on approach. It's evolutionary, not revolutionary. So if you're a pilot looking for cutting edge, Airbus leads. If you prefer legacy systems with a modern twist, Boeing keeps it classic. 2. Cabin comfort and passenger experience. Here's where you come in. As a passenger, the A320neo has a slightly wider fuselage. That means wider seats, up to 18 inches, and a wider aisle. That may not sound like much on paper, but in the real world, your elbows, knees, and shoulders notice. The cabin is also designed with mood lighting, quieter engines, and improved air circulation for a smoother ride. The 737 MAX, on the other hand, uses Boeing's Sky interior. It's a huge step up from older 737s. Sculpted sidewalls, larger pivoting bins, and LED lighting that changes throughout the flight. But the seats are generally narrower, around 17 inches, and the cabin width remains more limited, simply because the airframe hasn't changed much in 50 years. In comfort, Airbus edges ahead, but Boeing still wins on visual flair. 3. Fuel efficiency and sustainability. Now let's get into the numbers and the engines. The A320neo is powered by either the Pratt & Whitney GTF or the CFM LEAP 1A engines. Both offer 15 to 20% fuel savings over previous Airbus models. Combine that with lighter materials and advanced aerodynamics, and the result is a jet that burns less fuel and produces fewer emissions per passenger. Boeing's answer? The LEAP 1B engine. It's optimized for the 737 MAX, with smaller fan diameters to fit under the low-slung fuselage. The MAX also features split-tip winglets and lighter materials, achieving similar fuel savings, around 14 to 18% better than the older 737NG. Both jets are more efficient than ever. But because Airbus designed the Neo with more flexibility in engine options and better integration of sustainable fuels, it leans slightly greener in the long run. 4. Safety and reliability. Here's where things get serious. The A320neo inherits a safety legacy from decades of Airbus innovation. Its fly-by-wire system monitors and limits aircraft behavior automatically, preventing dangerous inputs. The design is clean, stable, and very forgiving. Maintenance-wise, the A320neo has proven reliable, with strong fleet-wide dispatch rates. Boeing's 737 MAX has had a more controversial path. After 2 fatal crashes caused by the MCAS system and a global grounding that lasted nearly 2 years, Boeing reworked the MAX's flight control software, added more redundancy, and underwent intense scrutiny. Since returning to service, it has flown millions of hours safely, but reputations stick. And while the MAX today is statistically safe, many passengers still hesitate when they hear the name. Airbus never had to rebuild trust the same way. 5. Orders, airlines, and market impact. Let's look at what the airlines think, because they vote with billions of dollars. The Airbus A320neo family has racked up over 10,000 orders. It's flown by global giants like Delta, Lufthansa, Indigo, and EasyJet. Airlines love its lower operating cost, higher resale value, and cross-compatibility with other Airbus aircraft. The 737 MAX also has strong numbers, over 7,000 orders, and is especially popular in North America, with carriers like Southwest, United, and Ryanair betting big on the MAX's efficiency. But here's the twist. Airbus is gaining ground in markets Boeing used to dominate. As airlines modernize their fleets and expand in Asia and the Middle East, Airbus's head start with the Neo and its wider family options make it more attractive long-term. So while Boeing is fighting back hard, Airbus is flying ahead. So, the next time you board a flight, you'll know more than just the destination. You'll know why that jet was chosen, what's behind the cockpit door, how much fuel it's saving, and what trade-offs were made to get you there. The A320neo versus the 737 MAX isn't just about planes. It's about philosophy. Fly-by-wire versus yoke. Width versus legacy. Innovation versus tradition. And now it's your turn. Which one would you rather fly on? Which one feels right to you? Let me know down in the comments. And don't forget, the sky may be the limit, but the details are everything.